Well, welcome back, everyone. What an exciting day in markets. After Rob's 2 days of strenuous jury duty, he pulled off an incredible learning session for folks this morning. Hope you were able to catch it. And of course, stay tuned for an announcement at the end of this video where I took some of the strategies that Rob was teaching live in markets today. I want to share some of those strategies where I did some live trading in front of folks right on screen in the active trader room. It was indeed an incredible day. Lots of volatility in markets with the FOMC policy statement. But let's take a look at some of the tools that can make that volatility a little more understandable and perhaps even tradable for traders that may be in a spot that are more paralyzed or overly cautious, not confident enough or not calculated enough to make those entry and exit decisions. So what I'm going to show you and share with you right now is starting off where the SPY was. This is from about 11 a.m. Eastern time, bottom left-hand side of the screen, meandering around sideways, a little push up as we were reaching into the FOMC minutes being released at 2 p.m. And you can kind of get a sense that the market was going sideways, had a little push up, but didn't really want to lift off. Now, how can we take that and really turn it into something that's impactful? Well, more often than not, a trader would be sitting there going, well, I need to see it break below the lows or break above these highs before I could follow through. Now, here's what happened at 2 p.m. So I'm going to share that with you. It was a big drop. Okay, we had a low. We came back and we retraced a little bit more than half the range of that overall move. We came back down. It looked like it was going to fall apart. And then we, of course, had a little reversal to pull off a close that was still lower, but, of course, did not break down. Now, that's a lot of volatility. So if you think about this range of the move overall, the SPY going from roughly 405, the SPY being the S&P 500 ETF, all the way down to that 396-ish area, then popping all the way back up to about the 403 and change area, moving back down again to the 397-ish area, and then settling into the end of the day closer to that 400 marker. Well, that's a lot of volatility where having some guideposts, a signaling package that can help traders make more calculated decisions rather than being paralyzed by this type of volatility could become very handy. So at this stage, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the same chart on something that I was trading, which was the S&P E-minis. So it's similar to the SPY, but it's a futures contract. It trades 23 hours a day rather than from 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. like the SPY does. And I'm bringing it to the same time frame effectively where we started to see the market meander around, and we got some on and off type signals over here. However, what I've overlaid on the chart is the TRP indications. Now, this is Rob's work where I use strategies from this work to help me trade this afternoon live with real money in front of active trader room members. Now, we were coming into that 2 p.m. moment, and what I want you to really focus in on is right over here. You can see a couple of the speed lines. That's the slow speed line, the magenta one. The fast one is the blue. We were on a buy signal. Okay, and that buy signal had worked off a lot of that, good bullish fuel. We're finding that the TRP crossover lines were stuck rather than making it into the uppermost quadrant. And those speed lines, the fast one started to cross down below the slow one, which implies, usually, price is likely going to come back to test the channel, which is a support or resistance feature, in this case support, underneath price. Now I'm going to show you what happened in totality after that and then break down the signals where I traded. So at the 2 p.m. bar, we got that TRP sell signal coming out right away. That big red dot that big cyan dot that you see on the screen beside the red arrow is a sell signal. It gave us targets 40.36, 40.30, 40.25, and across the course of that sell bar where we got the signal, price broke down below the channel, preceded right over there by that little early warning signal from the MSR indicators, which are part and parcel of the overall TRP toolkit. And of course, What we were looking at was whether or not price would come down through the bottom of the channel. Was it just simply going to be a test? You know, we've seen lots of crossovers like back over here where it tests the channel and then bounces back up. Well, the power of the signaling package was we got the cross, we got the signal, the cyan dot, which is the TRP sell. We got the break down below the channel. And this is where I did some of my live shorting in front of Active Trader Room members. Now, as we got down to that target 2, where profits are likely taken, I'm also very cognizant of what's happening here in the subchart. This is the TRP crossover lines. And what was very clearly evident was on the second bar, from that first initial sell signal, we got that red dot, which implies that the downward momentum is here to stay for a little while. So we may simply be pausing once we hit that target 2, and if price cannot really set up a counter trend bounce with the blue line crossing above the magenta, well, back down we're likely going to go for potentially a runaway breakdown. And we did see the TRP lines continue to go down as prices went sideways, letting us know that very likely there was going to be another low in the market. And indeed there was. We came down and there was an opportunity for more shorting below that target 2 line in particular. And of course, as we came down to the lows, note what happened right over there. The TRP crossover lines got a buy dot at the bottom of the channel. Time to back away from shorts, or at least tighten up stops, which was the idea in live markets. Got the fast speed line crossing above the slow, got the TRP buy signal, and there was some long opportunity in the market where I took some longs in front of traders in the Active Trader Room. And we did see price come up above that target 2 line, come up and grab a hold of the bottom of the channel. It was very short-lived. However, we did poke up above the top of the channel, and note with that TRP buy signal, we got a target 1, a midline target, and a target 2. In a downtrending market, getting up to the target 1 is a feat in and of itself, and it did happen. We happened to intra-bar come very close to the midline target, but I wasn't expecting us to get up to the target 2. Very quickly after that bar, we started to sell down into the channel again, got the negative crossover and the TRP sell signal again, where more shorting was applicable. However, as we move towards the end of the day, note what's happening down here with the TRP crossover lines. We ended up getting a blue dot. That blue dot implies that the downside risk is not as significant as the upside risk. And we actually got prices starting to rise and trying to grab a hold of that falling channel right into that 4 p.m. moment. What a difference that toolkit makes relative to being completely bare with that SPY chart. Now, I was able to take this exact same setup. I'll just pull up my live dome over here, and did some live trading in front of Active Trader Room members. Was able to gross over $660 in front of Active Trader Room members with both short side and long side trading through this market volatility. Now, moving from a state where one is paralyzed or overly cautious to calculated and or confident does require a basis or guidelines to help with decision making, and the TRP toolkit did help me in that endeavor indeed. And you are up for a treat on Saturday. Rob's going to be doing another class just like he did this morning with a ton more energy and probably a little bit more time to answer Q&As. And after coming off of 2 days of jury duty that Rob went through, which was very strenuous for those that I'm sure have done so in the past, well, look, you've got an opportunity to spend time with a 30-time international and domestic real money on-site trading champion to use tools and strategies just like I used from some of the things that he's taught me and his tools live in markets with real money today. Got an opportunity to join him on Saturday. Simply go to becomebettertrader.com/go and get your seat. It is this Saturday, December the 17th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you at the next session.